Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Tuesday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. Yeah, we'll hop in a big slate today, starting with the Cincinnati Reds versus the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles opening up as home favorites at -150. The Reds +125 with the over-under at 8.5. Reds coming into this matchup 41-38. Baltimore 48-29. Pitching for the Reds is Andrew Abbott with an ERA of 1.14. Pitching for the Orioles is Tyler Wells with an ERA of 3.22. Abbott, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Wells, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Reds on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Baltimore yesterday 10-3. Yeah, definitely a rough loss yesterday for the Reds. Couldn't really get anything going. Baltimore on a 3-game winning streak. The Reds 0-5 on the road against Baltimore. 3-8 straight up against Baltimore. Yeah, they have not been able to beat the Orioles here. Abbott's been very good on the mound for them this season. Wells has been pretty solid, only really giving up 2 runs a game. Tough matchup here. I really like the Orioles at home here. Reds kind of struggling these last 3 games here. Orioles playing well. I'm going to take a shot with Baltimore at home. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Padres opening up as road favorites at -180. Pittsburgh +155 with the over-under at 9. Padres coming into this matchup 37-41. The Pirates 35-42. Pitching for the Padres is Yu Darvish with an ERA of 4.84. Pitching for the Pirates is Rich Hill with an ERA of 4.45. Darvish, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Hill, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Padres on a 2-game losing streak. Didn't really play that well in that Washington series. The Pirates 1-9 in their last 10. I mean, they have just been playing horrible. And things have not been going well for the Pirates here. Definitely even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up a good bit of runs. And that's the thing, I'm going to take the Padres on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Francisco Giants versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -165. Giants +145 with the over-under at 8.5. Giants coming into this matchup 44-34. The Blue Jays are pitching for, Blue Jays 43-36. Pitching for the Giants is Ryan Walker with an ERA of 1.89. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 3.10. Walker, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. He's only been pitching 1 to 1.5 innings a game here. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Giants coming off an Arizona loss. Toronto coming off back-to-back Oakland wins. The Giants are 4-1 against Toronto here. And it's a pretty even pitching matchup. It'll definitely be a bullpen game for the Giants here. But I still think Giants are a good underdog, and I'll take Giants +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Miami Marlins versus the Boston Red Sox. Boston opening up as home favorites at -125. Miami +105 with the over-under at 9.5. Marlins coming into this matchup 45-34. Boston 40-39. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 5.17. Pitching for Boston is Garrett Whitlock with an ERA of 4.50. Alcantara, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Whitlock, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Miami coming off back-to-back wins against the Pirates. Boston coming off back-to-back White Sox losses. Miami 0-10 on the road against Boston. 1-9 straight up against Boston. They have not been able to beat the Red Sox here. Sandy coming off back-to-back 2 bad games on the mound here, and I think I'm going to roll with Boston at home. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -150. The Brewers +130 with the over-under at 9. Brewers coming into this matchup 41-37. The Mets 35-43. Pitching for the Brewers is Julio Teheran with an ERA of 1.53. Pitching for the Mets is David Peterson with an ERA of 8.08. Teheran, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Peterson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Brewers on a 2-game winning streak, beating the Mets 2-1 yesterday. Mets still continuing with their struggles. Brewers 5-0 against the Mets right now. Teheran's been pretty good on the mound for the Brewers. David Peterson has not been good on the mound for the Mets. He's given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts. And yeah, I'm going to take the Brewers +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -150. Minnesota +135 with the over-under at 9. Minnesota coming into this matchup 40-40. The Braves 51-27. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.98. Pitching for the Braves is Bryce Elder with an ERA of 2.40. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Elder, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Minnesota losing to the Braves yesterday 4-1. Braves 9-1 in their last 10. They're playing very well. Minnesota is just 3-10 straight up against the Braves, where they have struggled. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with Atlanta at home here. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Astros opening up as road favorites at -110. Cardinals +100 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Astros is Framber Valdez with an ERA of 2.27. And currently I can't find who's pitching for the Cardinals here. Let me look and just see if there's any updates. Astros Cardinals. Okay, it does look like it did update on ESPN. Looks like Jordan Montgomery's pitching for the Cardinals. He's got an ERA of 3.69. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Valdez, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Houston coming off a Dodgers win. St. Louis coming off a Cubs win. I kind of like the Astros here. Valdez been pretty solid on the mound. I'm still not in love with the Cardinals, and I'll take Astros on the road. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at -200. Detroit +165 with the over-under at 9.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 34-43. The Rangers 47-31. Pitching for the Tigers is Matt Manning with an ERA of 4.63. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 4.38. Manning, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Perez, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Detroit beating the Rangers yesterday 7-2. That was a big underdog win for them. Rangers on a 3-game losing streak right now. I do like Perez on the mound, coming off a couple good starts here. And I still like the Rangers at home. And Detroit they've really struggled getting back-to-back wins here. So I'll still take my chances with the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Chicago Cubs. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -130. The Cubs +110 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 40-37. The Cubs 37-39. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 3.50. Pitching for the Cubs is Jamison Tylon with an ERA of 6.54. Suarez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Tylon, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 1 strikeout. The Phillies coming off a Mets win, Cubs coming off a St. Louis loss. Both teams playing pretty well right now. Phillies are 6-0 on the road. Cubs 5-1 at home. I mean, pretty even matchup here. Tylon hasn't been that good on the mound, though. He's given up a lot of runs. Suarez has looked pretty solid in his last few starts here, and I think I'm going to lean with the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Kansas City Royals. Guardians opening up as road favorites at -145. The Royals +120 with the over-under at 9. Guardians coming into this matchup 37-40. The Royals 22-56. Pitching for the Guardians is Gavin Williams with an ERA of 6.35. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 6.34. Williams, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. He's only pitched 1 time this season. Singer, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off a Brewers loss. The Royals coming off a Tampa Bay loss here. Cleveland is 12-5 against the Royals. Brady Singer really hasn't been good on the mound. He's given up a lot of runs for the Royals here. And yeah, I think I'll still take the Guardians on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Colorado Rockies. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at -300. Colorado +240 with the over-under at 12. Dodgers coming into this matchup 43-34. The Rockies 31-49. Pitching for the Dodgers is Clayton Kershaw with an ERA of 2.72. Pitching for the Rockies is Connor Siebold with an ERA of 5.88. Kershaw, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Siebold, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 9 runs, had 1 strikeout. Dodgers coming off a Houston loss. Colorado coming off an Angels win. LA 12-4 against Colorado, 4-2 on the road against Colorado. And yeah, love Kershaw on the mound here, and I'm gonna take the Dodgers on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Chicago White Sox versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at -185. The White Sox +165 with the over-under at 8. White Sox coming into this matchup 34-46. The Angels 43-37. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech with an ERA of 4.06. Pitching for the Angels is Shohei Ohtani with an ERA of 3.24. Kopech, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Ohtani, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 12 strikeouts. The White Sox coming off a Angels loss yesterday, 2-1. And yeah, they're just 1-5 on the road against the Angels here. I do like Ohtani on the mound, and I'm going to take the Angels at home. Next matchup, we've got the New York Yankees versus the Oakland Athletics. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -140. Oakland +110 with the over-under at 8. Yankees coming into this matchup 43-35. Oakland 20-60. Pitching for the Yankees is Johnny Brito with an ERA of 4.89. Pitching for Oakland is Paul Blackburn with an ERA of 4.21. Brito, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Blackburn, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Yankees, coming off back-to-back wins against the Rangers. Oakland, yeah, just 1-9 in their last 10 here. Yankees are 8-2 straight up against Oakland here. And yeah, I think I'm going to roll with the Yankees on the road. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -125. Tampa +115 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 54-27. Arizona 47-32. Pitching for the Rays is Taj Bradley with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 2.84. Bradley, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Tampa Bay coming off a Royals win. Arizona coming off a Giants win. Tampa Bay 4-2 straight up against Arizona, and I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup right now. Bradley's been pretty decent these last few games, and yeah, I think I'm gonna take the Rays +1.5 on the road. In the last matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at -225. Washington +185 with the over-under at 8. Washington coming into this matchup 30-48. Seattle 38-39. Pitching for Washington is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 4.71. Pitching for Seattle is Brian Wu with an ERA of 5.09. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Wu, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Washington losing to Seattle yesterday, 8-4. Nice win for Seattle. Washington is just 1-5 against Seattle here. And yeah, Wu coming off a nice start on the mound here. And I think I'm going to take a shot with the Mariners at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Tuesday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Wednesday. Have a good one.